Country Link from number 4, Big Bad Delvine.
Ashtray favourite, field of 7. Set, racing in the third. Beginning fast out wide was King Meadow. It's looking for the lead with Cut the Caper and holding the inside, Precious Lotus. King Meadow being driven very hard to the first turn, gets across Cut the Caper and Precious Lotus and assumes control. Then fourth placing Smooth Motion. Ashtray eased out of the early action. He wants to go faster, Ashtray. He's got his mouth open, fighting against Lisa Justice, but he settles better now, third last on the outside of $50 Bill, and Maduro Caramia is last. King Meadow from barrier number 5 worked pretty hard to get to the lead, but drops anchor in front now by 4 metres to Precious Lotus, and here goes Maduro Caramia around the outside. He's a sticker and he won't mind sitting outside the leader. One out, one back now, Smooth Motion around Cut the Caper, followed by Ashtray back to second last on the outside, and $50 Bills at the rear. They work to the lead time at 46.7, and it's King Meadow 4 metres to Precious Lotus and a metre away Maduro Caramia. He leads the 2 outside horses, they being Smooth Motion and Ashtray, and the only other 2 racing along the rails in order. The third horse on the rails is Cut the Caper, and last on the rails is $50 Bill. They've covered a lap as they work to the 1300, and it's King Meadow 4 metres to Maduro Caramia, matching strides with Precious Lotus. One out and one back Smooth Motion, racing on the outside of Cut the Caper. Then came on the outside Ashtray, and last is $50 Bill. Coming off the back at the 1150, and it's King Meadow, who's had a pretty good run in front since that early work. Leads 3 metres to Maduro Caramia, working a little bit closer. Then Precious Lotus. The first quarter, 31.5. On the outside, midfield is Smooth Motion. Back on the inside, Cut the Caper. Then came Ashtray, the outside of $50 Bill. The siren sounds to signify the last lap. 850 metres to go, and King Meadow leads. He's keen to go faster. He can too. He's 1.5 metres to Maduro Caramia. 2 metres Precious Lotus on the inside of Smooth Motion. Then came Cut the Caper, the rail, followed by Ashtray, who's got a pretty big job to do from second last place, but he's about 10 metres off the lead, and $50 Bill is last. The second quarter, 31.5. They've been running at an even tempo. A first half of around 63. It's King Meadow, 2 metres Maduro Caramia. On the inside, Precious Lotus. 3 wide comes Smooth Motion. Ashtray goes out 4 wide and tries to sprint, but the leader gets away a bit, King Meadow. Cut the Caper's off the rails, attempting to make ground, and last $50 Bill. The sprint right on. King Meadow, 4 metres Maduro Caramia, who'll refuse to give in. He's grabbing a bit more ground off King Meadow now and holding Smooth Motion third and wide. Then Ashtray making no real ground. On the turn, King Meadow leads. Maduro Caramia could well be a danger, but King Meadow is clear, turning for home from Maduro Caramia by 5 metres. Then Smooth Motion and Ashtray. King Meadow still in front. Maduro Caramia can't do any better, and King Meadow won the race at the start. King Meadow, 4 metres Maduro Caramia. 10 metres away, third Smooth Motion. Then came Ashtray, followed by Cut the Caper, Precious Lotus, and last of all was $50 Bill.
Thank you very much there, Hilton. 5-6-3, the winner, King Meadow. 5-6-3 in race number 3.
6. Now they're all in. Box 8 Hyperbolism, box 1 Spinster's Hut, the brown white first. Racing, and Spinster's Hut left well off the inside, and Prince Membo is showing speed and crossing out wide was Hyperbolism. Got over wide first, said thanks a lot. Charged up outside of Hyperbolism, and right behind them Spinster's Hut. Behind them Governor Bernard, Prince Membo, Spud Farmer and Single Brute. Down the back, white first is the leader. Going into second place was Spinster's Hut, followed by Hyperbolism, Governor Bernard and Prince Membo. White first the leader. Out after it Spinster's Hut. The leader was white first. Spinster's Hut won't get it, and white first wins and wins well. White first 3/4 Spinster's Hut. About 6 away third Prince Mumbo, Spud Farmer, Governor Bernard, then Hyperbolism, and Single Brute was last of all.
Well, the money was right there. Terrific support for it. Number 6 and white first beating Spinster's Hut. 6, 1 and 4. Race 4, Wentworth Park. At Geelong Extra Quality.
3 daring stakes. Green light comes up and away they go. Punch is showing early speed. Next door, Caraway Return is going with him, and so is No Compromise, making a line of 3. TC Red is the widest runner. Wallinga Boy is 5th. Then Extra Quality. Slim Alto settles down about 8th out of the straight. On his outsiders, Bowers best, followed by Moonfella, Medusa Gold, and 6 or 8 metres away, Rocky Linden. Out of the straight they race, and Punch. He won the battle for the lead. He's 6 metres in front. Caraway Return eases for the trail behind the leader, leaving for a stride No Compromise. Cover. Off the track is TC Red making ground, then Willinga Boy on the outside of Extra Quality. Slim Alto, the running line, is now 4 back on the outside as TC Red draws up into second placing. Moonfella the fence, 4 metres Medusa Gold. Bowers Best is second last and 8 metres away Rocky Linden. Inside the 1200 metres they race, 40 metres at cover the field, and Punches the leader. He's running along by 3 metres to on the outside. TC Red tapped up, third placing Carawina Return. Then No Compromise a handy fourth. Back on the rail is Extra Quality. Willinga Boy in the running line. Then Slim Alto on the outside of Moonfella. 4 metres Medusa Gold. And the last two, 8 metres away, Bowers Best on the outside of Rocky Linden. At the winning post, out of the straight they race at the 800. The leader is Punch. He's had a nice run by 4 metres to Carawina Return. He's had a nice sit behind the leader. On the outside, third, TC Red not going well. Extra Quality held up on the inside of No Compromise. 4 metres away, Willinga Boy about to pull out. He contacted the card of No Compromise for a stride there. Then Moonfella. Slim Alto's about to pull out, followed by Medusa Gold, Rocky Linden and Bowers Best at the 450, and Punchy got away in front by 6 metres to Carawina Return. TC Red is gone. No Compromise gets to third, making up a little bit of ground. Willinga Boy pulls to the outside with Slim Alto. Then Extra Quality, Moonfella, Bowers Best, Medusa Gold and Rocky Linden. Punch comes to the home turn, 220 out, 5 metres in front. Carawina Return sticks on. Then No Compromise, Willinga Boy. Slim Alto pulls to the extreme outside. At the 180, still Punch over 5 metres in front of Carawina Return. It's Punch of the 100 in front though from Carawina Return. Slim Alto is late down the outside, but Punch will win. Punch leads all the way, wins 5 metres. Carawina Return second. Slim Alto is flying for third. Bowers Best close up. Then Willinga Boy, No Compromise. Moonfella in behind them, followed by Extra Quality, Medusa Gold, TC Red, and Rocky Linden has run last.
Good on you, Brian. 2, 3 and 12, race number 2.
Hi, next time you're visiting Stanthorpe, drop in for a cold one at the Central Hotel. We've got the lot here. Webster's Family Bistro, a family garden lounge, a nice public bar with direct access to the TAB and all fluctuation monitors, and the best discount drive-in in Stanthorpe. So drop in, call in and see us anytime for a collie next time you're on the Granite Belt.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
They're ready. Set and racing. Beginning beautifully was Cadman Bell, likewise Cedar Chief, and they vie for early supremacy. Kind of short out wide with Big Bruiser. There's 4 across the track at the first turn, and Admiral Sam gets a beautiful run underneath all of them. Down the back, Admiral Sam careers away. It's out by 4. Oakben Rocket second. Third was Cedar Chief from Big Bruiser, and on the inside, Cadman Bell from Kind of short. Behind those was Plum Roll. Down the side, it's Admiral Sam out by 7 or 8. Oakben Rocket a second, but it's all Admiral Sam careering away, and Admiral Sam wins running away by 5. Admiral Sam first, second was Oakben Rocket, third was Kinda Short, followed by Cadman Bale. Behind those was Plum Roll, Cedar Chief with Big Bruiser, and failing to complete the trip.
Well, never in doubt the pink there under that run.
Put that in the event by Jewel Dancer, Sporting Trick and Stormy Rover. And tailed off last now was Muckalee Kid, making the run around the corner the first time. And Dad's Boy, Risky Butler and Mac Vanaber are vying for the lead out in front, followed then by Carnival Arcade. Nimble Jack was on the outside of it. They were followed deeper on the track now by Jewel Dancer, Ella Rose. Over on the paint was Stormy Rover from Sporting Trick, and Muckalee Kid brought up the rear. Short of 2 to go as they make the run out of the straight, and Risky Butler with the inside running was the leader. Mac Banner racing without cover next in advance of Dad's Boy, followed then by Nimble Jack. Ella Rose gaining ground up around the outside. Carnival Arcade on the inside of Jewel Dancer, followed then by Stormy Rover. Sporting Trick and Muckalee Kid. Down the back they travel a little more than 1,100 to run, and still the leader was Risky Butler. He's doing it 3 parts of a length to the good of Ella Rose. Down on the rail at this stage would be Dad's Boy, being followed along then by one tucked in behind them there, and gaining a little bit of ground was Nimble Jack from Carnival Arcade. Jewel Dancer on the outside of it from Sporting Trick, Stormy Rover, and still Muckalee Kid brought up the rear. They cast the home turn astern and commenced to run down to the judge. The bell lap coming up this time. And bowling along out in front was Risky Butler. He showed the way a length to Mac Banner. Dad's Boy was third on the rail from Ella Rose, Nimble Jack, Carnival Arcade. In behind those, Jewel Dancer, followed by Sporting Trick, Stormy Rover. And still Muckalee Kid was last of all. 600 left to travel and Risky Butler the leader, 3 parts of a length to Mac Banner. Third on the rail was Dad's Boy from Ella Rose, Nimble Jack. Carnival Arcade on the inside of Jewel Dancer, followed then by Stormy Rover. Sporting Trick and Muckalee Kid brought up the rear. They've got 450 left to travel and Greenwood has Risky Butler doing it nicely. 3 parts of a length to the good of Mac Banner. Here's Jewel Dancer taking off fast right around the outside of them. Dad's Boy was next. Out wide Stormy Rover from Ella Rose, Nimble Jack, Carnival Arcade. Sporting Trick and Muckalee Kid, they're about to turn the corner and Risky Butler's headed off by Jewel Dancer. Dad's Boy was next. Mac Banner has gone, coming into calculations with Stormy Rover. It's Jewel Dancer in front, Risky Butler coming again, but Jewel Dancer too good, and Jewel Dancer will win the money. Risky Butler will get second, Dad's Boy will get third, inches in advance of Stormy Rover from Mac Banner, Carnival Arcade, Nimble Jack, Ella Rose, Muckalee Kid and Sporting Trick last in.
Thank you very much there, Ned. Joshua Willock, the driver.
Around the bend and they're just about ready to run. The light is on. Racing, Eldex out wide, came out quickly, trouble. Dicky Dido galloped when the starter said go. Dicky Dido gallops back to the tail of the field. The Omission began well and went straight to the lead. Cindy's Disguise second, Buin Express third. Eldex wide and then Bubble Fella on the inside of Trusty Miss. Bubble Fella and Trusty Miss lock wheels going around that bend. They were locked for the best part of 100 metres. They're free now. Majestic Nero slides up on the fence, then Star of Lindy. Millie by Sam lasted the main group and Dicky Dido, after galloping at the jump, dropped out to a long last. Buin Express working to the lead. 1,600 metres out and Buin Express crosses onto the rail. By 2 over the Omission and 3/4 to Cindy's Disguise left in the breeze. Eldex fourth, 1 back in the running lane and Majestic Nero slides up on the rail. Then Millie by Sam on the inside of Bubble Fella, 2 to Trusty Miss. Another length and a half to Star of Lindy and a length and a half to Dicky Dido, who tacked on at the tail of the field. They've run past the 1,300 metres peg and Buin Express shows the way. His break more than a length over Cindy's Disguise, forced to do it the hard way. The Omission third behind the speed, Eldex fourth and Sweet Seeding on the outside of Majestic Nero. Bubble Fella 3 back in the running lane and here's Star of Lindy with a burst. Star of Lindy charging up 3 deep as they race to the judge and the bell. Millie by Sam well back with Trusty Miss and Dicky Dido's 2 lengths away at the tail of the field. Star of Lindy's let go, charged around the outside and shot to the front. Star of Lindy took up the running, 850 metres out. Race 2 in front of Buin Express and 2 to the Omission on the fence. A half to Cindy's Disguise and then Majestic Nero locked up inside of Eldex. Millie by Sam works away from the fence. Bubble Fella's 3 deep under heavy pressure. Then Trusty Miss and Dicky Dido's 6 lengths away at the tail of the field. Star of Lindy in front at the 500 metres mark. 2 clear of Buin Express working away from the rail to go after the leader. Cindy's Disguise feeling the pinch. The Omission comes away from the fence. Majestic Nero slides up on the rail. Then Eldex and Trusty misses. Buin Express goes after Star of Lindy. 300 to run and Buin Express put his head in front of Star of Lindy. The Omission tracking up behind Buin Express. Majestic Nero needs an out. It might be coming at the top of the lane. Buin Express led for home. Star of Lindy battling back. Majestic Nero's clear and starting to whiz. Majestic Nero after Star of Lindy, who regained the lead. Majestic Nero cuts down Star of Lindy and Majestic Nero wins. Majestic Nero beats Star of Lindy. The Omission third. Buin Express got tired. Then Trusty Miss and Eldex, followed by Millie by Sam, Bubble Fella, Cindy's...
Thanks, Tez. That's 10.95, race 3, Albion Park. Now it's time for race 5 at Wentworth Park. Pete Johnson.
Racing, Tallest Pier came out nicely, the favourite. Lobby Webster, Pippi Longsocks and Cliff Manor showing speed. Good charge to the first corner. Tallest Pier has the inside running and went to the lead. Lobby Webster following it through. Cliff Man and Pippi Longsocks over on the rails. Why Worry, Soldier On and Miss Beatrice. Down the back and Tallest Pier charged away. Lobby Webster goes to second on the outside. Cliff Man and then Why Worry. Tallest Pier on the bunny leads by 3 lengths to Lobby Webster. Now going out after it, but Tallest Pier is clear down the running and Tallest Pier will win. then. Tallest Peer beat Lobby Webster a little over a length. Getting up for third, Why Worry. Then Pippi Longsocks. On the outside of those then was Miss Beatrice, Soldier On and Cliffman. Number 1, Tallest Peer, is the winner of the race.
Line. 100 metres stand. Set, they're off. Away they go. Kawatha Hanover scrambled, went away safely. Shake 'em Up is galloping out but holding the lead. Lead Me On going fast out wide. Shake 'em Up is galloping in the middle of the track, missing the start badly. Benero Bell. They reach the first turn. Kawatha Hanover gets around Shake 'em Up and goes to the front. Kawatha Hanover keeps Lead Me On wide. Sir Talk a Lot away well enough. Fourth on the outside of Shake 'em Up. Wide around them. Stack 'em Well Up making ground on the inside as Earner's Beauty midfield. Then came Top Mate, who's away safely, followed by My Obibi. Will back on the outside. Applegraft. Will back in the field on the inside. Oriana Skipper from Parley's Pride, who's third last. There's Franco Glide taking off 3 wide around the field quickly. Well back second last is Baker Street, and tailing out the only one to really miss the start badly, Benero Bell. 12.50 to go, a field of 14, a $10,000 feature. Kawatha Hanover leads by a metre. Stack 'em Well Up second and 3 wide. Franco Gliders coming up strongly around the field. Lead Me On 1-1, and then on the inside came Shake 'em Up. 1 out and 2 back. Sir Talk a Lot on the outside of Earner's Beauty. Then came well back on the inside, My Obibi from Top Mate, then Applegraft from Oriana Skipper. Parley's Pride has got a long way back in the field from Baker Street, and tailing out last of all Benero Bell. It's Kawatha Hanover the leader, 8.50 to go. Inclined to loaf, he's got his ears pricked. The last lap's coming up, son. He leads in a first quarter of 30.8. Kawatha Hanover 3 metres in front of Stack 'em Well Up, and Franco Glide at its first South Australian start from New Zealanders, 3 wide. Shake 'em Up behind the leader. Midfield on the inside is Lead Me On. Then 3 deep with the trail home. Sir Talk a Lot with 600 metres to go, followed by Earner's Beauty. Parley's Pride 3 wide with a trail around Top Mate. Will back in the field, My Obibi, deep Baker Street. The rest working to no avail. The second quarter was run in 29.5. 400 metres to go. Kawatha Hanover 3 metres in front. He kicked clear of Stack 'em Well Up and Franco Glide. Then came Shake 'em Up, but the leader got right away, Kawatha Hanover. Sir Talk a Lot trying hard to make ground, and Parley's Pride deep, but he was the best at the practice starts for the standing start, and he leads Kawatha Hanover by 10 metres on the turn. Then came Stack 'em Well Up, followed by Sir Talk a Lot, and Franco Glide running an enormous race from Shake 'em Up, Earner's Beauty, but Kawatha Hanover is killing them. Kawatha Hanover handled the standing start like a professional, and he wins by 8 metres to Sir Talk a Lot. 3 metres away, third, a top run, Stack 'em Well Up. Fourth may have been Top Mate. Big effort, Franco Glide, follow him. Then came Shake 'em Up from Earner's Beauty, followed by Lead Me On. Willback Applegraft, followed by My Obibi. Then came Baker Street, Willback Parley's Pride, Oriana Skipper, and last of the 14 was Benero Bell. Outstanding run. Kawatha Hanover number 4. There was one thing I liked about his practice starts.
Terrific, Kerry. Thank you. The 7th event, the last of the greyhounds are placed away. Oakben Hands completes the lineup, and they're ready to go. 7th event of the night, 5-2 on Dawn Star. Set, they're racing. Dawn Star began well, raced a length in front. From second was Admiral's Daughter and Pretty Accent. A length further back was Glamour Legend, and back last of all was Oakben Hands. Into the straight the first time, and Dawn Star now to the insiders out by 5. Glamour Legend to second, underneath Admiral's Daughter third. 2 further back to Oakben Hands, and 2.5 last of all was Pretty Accent. To the back straight, it's Dawn Star, 5 lengths in front. Glamour Legend's running a race second. 2 lengths away third was Oakben Hands, who's come from last, followed by Admiral's Daughter yielding ground, and moving up on the inside of it was Pretty Accent. Down the side though, Dawn Star is still on the bunny, is out by 5. Glamour Legend second, 2 third was Oakben Hands, but they won't get Dawn Star. It's buried a box for Dawn Star, wins well. Dawn Star first, second Glamour Legend, third was Oakben Hands, followed second last by Pretty Accent, and last of all was Admiral's Daughter.
Well, as it turned out, no contest.
Go there racing. Good start too. High Road out wide, showing plenty of early dash. Going with him early, though, also is Timmy 2 and also Chrisfield. He's the widest runner. Shadow Warrior driving up on the inside will lead Timmy 2. High Road and Chrisfield 4 deep out of the straight. Settling down 5th on the rail is Flying Louis. High Road hopped there on that turn for a stride. Then Perfect Days, followed by Rose's Despair, Passed with Joy. Second last early is Timmy 2, and 6 metres away back of the tail as they settle down as Jewel Star. Along the back, and Chrisfield worked around the outside and headed off Shadow Warrior at the 1400. The favourites in front now, Chrisfield.